Shalom and welcome to 2 Minutes of Torah. This year is entitled, Can we have a case where one steals and is not liable for the stealing? And the case is found in our Daf Yomi Shabbat Amid Bet. The Gemara is talking about carrying on Shabbat. How much does one have to carry of a seed, fruit, a needle, any object? What is the shiur? What's the amount that one has to carry in order to be chayav? Nita, liable to the death penalty on Shabbat. It's also to carry anything. That's why all these pages in the Gemara and Daf Yomi Shabbat doesn't even bring it down. Because it's not practical. Halachically, we don't kill anyone today anyway. That's Hashem takes care of any kind of executions and death in this world and the next world. So Shemot just brings down you cannot carry. Rambam brings down every quote from the Gemara regarding the amount of carrying. But also talks about carrying on Shabbat, where a person carries someone else's object and steals it. So someone steals someone else's property and then carries it on Shabbat. You say, once you're carrying it, yes. So let's say I go into someone's house, I kick out their object, so I didn't make an acquisition yet on it in terms of halachic Genaiva. It's only when I pick it up. But when do I pick it up? Exactly at the point where I go from Reshut HaYachid, the private domain, to a public domain, Reshut HaRavim. At the moment I pick it up is the same moment that I carry it. So I'm acquiring in terms of Genaiva. I'm doing the act of Genaiva at the same time I'm doing an act of carrying on Shabbat. And I'm chayav the death penalty for that. So then in such a case, Beit Din will only punish me for the carrying on Shabbat, not for the act of stealing. Of course, I should give it back either way, and especially if the object is intact, I have a chiv as long as it's intact to give it back. Because they won't punish me for the specific act of acquisition of the stealing. So it's a fascinating sugya. As a matter of fact, in Chosh and Mishpat, this is brought down in the Shulchan Aruch. Even though Orach Chaim doesn't bring down the amount of carrying for each object, here in Genaiva Shinun Aleph, in the Chosh Mishpat, it brings down three aspects. It has the carrying on Shabbat, combined with the acquisition, doing the act of Genaiva, and then the act of damage. Let's say I damage it later, so that's a separate act, unrelated to the act of acquisition. And if the object is still intact, I still have the halacha of v'hishav v'sagazela. So it's a combination of many different factors coming together. Shalom.